Edgewood College, I feel like was a great fit for me. I actually had been here a few years ago as the women's volleyball assistant here back in 2015 to 2017, and I loved it then. I loved the atmosphere. Just talking about the gym here, I loved being in this gym when it was loud. It was the echo it carried, and it was just a very an energized atmosphere to be in that I just loved as being in as a player. And obviously love being in as a coach as well. And then we talk about the faculty and the staff that are here. Everyone that's here, it's a really genuine feeling when you're on this campus. It's not a fake, like made up kind of situation where you don't know if the person you're talking to is actually listening to what you have to say, or that furthermore that they even care about what you have to say. That's not how it is here. It's a really genuine feel of it's authentic. The people you interact with, the faculty you have meetings with, the players that you are coaching, they're all the people. They come here for the right reasons, and they're here to make each other better. And so it's really truly a sense of community here. And you can't get that, I think, a lot of other places, just because I think it's not genuine, it's not authentic like it is here. So, I mean, I guess with our men's program here being new this year, we don't have a lot of memories to go off of for that per se. I think if I specifically wanted to touch on that, I would say my biggest memory, or my most memorable memory, if that's even a phrase, is when I actually got the job as the head coach here. And so it was probably one of the most exciting times, I think, of my life, just because I had a chance to start a new collegiate program for the first time. And so that's kind of nerve-wracking, but also very exciting, because you get to make it your own, and you kind of have no bad habits that you have to kind of change and all that kind of stuff. So that's great. I would say that one of my other most memorable moments here at Edgewood College would have been probably when I was the assistant coach on the women's team. And I know that would have been back when I think it was my first year here as an assistant coach. We were playing, I believe it was Dominican here at home, and it was a very, very rowdy match. We had the stands were full. I believe we went 5 sets with them. And I believe we pulled it out in the end, so it was actually an upset, because I believe Dominican was actually ranked at that time. And we had a really good team. They just played a really gutty match, and they just wouldn't let the ball hit the floor. And it just it went back and forth for the first couple sets. But in that set 5, number 5, we really just pulled ahead with our serve and just never looked back. And so that was a really rowdy match. And I think I remember it the most because the stands, people were I don't want to say jumping all over the place, but they were really getting into the match, which really helped us feed into that adrenaline. And I think that's what I love so much about this dome, is that it's just one of those places, again, that's super high energy. And if you're that kind of person like I am, you can really feed off that. And then you can, obviously as a coach, you can kind of redirect that into your players, and just really, they can channel it and use it for the best. When we talk about the dome, and that's one of the things I actually even mentioned to all of our recruits before they got here on campus over the last few months here. Before we started, I try to paint the picture for them. I try to paint the picture for them of what it's going to be like to be on this court in this facility, and what it's going to be like to start hearing those echoes, and start to hear the coach talking from 2 courts away, and how that will impact them when they play. And they love it. They love it. And I think in the short amount of time we've had in practices with them so far, they really kind of understand what it's like to play in this gym, and again, how electric it really can be. And so every time we start practice, we always do things on purpose to get them ready for a match that will be played in here. So we try to spread them out, and we try to, I try to kind of give direction from the other court down there when they're down on this main court down here, so they can make sure they can hear me, and we'll switch it around. So we try to create situations that are more game-like for them, so that way they're not surprised when we actually play our first match, and they know that I'll even have my assistant coaches actually stand over here by the bleachers, which is where people will normally be, and I'll have them give direction to them on purpose while I'm talking from the other side of the court, which is where our bench will be. So they have to kind of know what it's like to hear stuff coming from both angles. And so that's one way that we're trying to prepare themselves, or them for what it's like to really play in this dome.